In the glittering yet unpredictable world of British daytime television, few moments capture the raw essence of unfiltered celebrity interaction quite like the infamous clash involving the outspoken actress Miriam Margolyes and the ever-smiling host Lorraine Kelly on her popular ITV morning show. What began as a seemingly routine promotional appearance for Margolyes' latest project quickly spiraled into a heated confrontation that left viewers stunned and social media buzzing with disbelief. Miriam Margolyes, renowned for her no-holds-barred personality, sharp wit, and willingness to tackle controversial topics head-on, has built a career on authenticity that often borders on the outrageous. Her appearances on chat shows are legendary for their unpredictability, drawing both admiration and criticism in equal measure. Lorraine Kelly, on the other hand, has cultivated an image of warmth, approachability, and gentle interviewing style that has endeared her to millions of morning viewers across the UK for decades. The contrast between these two formidable women set the stage for what many are calling one of the most explosive moments in recent television history. As the cameras rolled and the audience settled in, little did anyone anticipate that a simple discussion would erupt into a full-blown argument, culminating in Margolyes being dramatically escorted off the set amid gasps and murmurs of shock. This incident not only highlighted the tensions that can arise when strong personalities collide but also sparked broader conversations about the boundaries of live television, the role of hosts in managing guests, and the fine line between entertainment and discomfort. Fans of Margolyes praised her for refusing to be silenced or pandered to, while supporters of Kelly defended the host's attempts to steer the conversation back to safer ground. The footage, which spread like wildfire across YouTube and social platforms, featured close-up shots of flushed faces, pointed gestures, and interrupted sentences that revealed the underlying friction. Viewers dissected every second, from the initial polite exchanges to the escalating barbs that made this segment unwatchable for some yet compulsively viewable for others. In the aftermath, media outlets scrambled to provide context, with some framing it as a victory for free speech and others as a breach of professional decorum. The event underscored how daytime TV, often dismissed as light and fluffy, can occasionally deliver moments of genuine drama that rival primetime spectacles. As clips circulated, commentators noted that Margolyes' unapologetic style, honed through years in theater, film, and outspoken public life, clashed spectacularly with Kelly's preference for harmonious, feel-good interviews. This wasn't just a simple disagreement, it was a cultural flashpoint exposing generational and temperamental divides in the entertainment industry. The title Miriam Margolyes kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after heated clash perfectly encapsulates the sensational nature of the episode, promising viewers a ringside seat to celebrity fireworks that continue to fuel debates long after the credits rolled. Delving deeper into the backstreet, Miriam Margolyes arrived at the Lorraine studio with her characteristic energy and a portfolio of stories that have made her a favorite among audiences who crave honesty over polished PR speak. Known for roles in beloved films like Harry Potter and her candid documentaries exploring British life, Margolyes has never shied away from voicing opinions on politics, society, aging, and personal freedoms that challenge conventional norms. Her appearance was intended to promote a thoughtful piece on elder care or perhaps her reflections on fame, but tensions arose almost immediately when the conversation veered into sensitive territory regarding cultural issues or personal anecdotes that Lorraine seemed unprepared to handle with the same blunt force. Lorraine Kelly, a seasoned professional with a reputation for putting guests at ease, found herself navigating choppy waters as Margolyes pushed back against what she perceived as superficial questioning or an attempt to sanitize her responses for morning television sensibilities. The clash escalated when Margolyes, never one to mince words, delivered a series of pointed retorts that highlighted perceived hypocrisies in the hosting approach or broader media practices, prompting Kelly to interject more firmly in an effort to regain control of the segment. Eyewitness accounts from the studio audience described an atmosphere thick with awkward silence broken only by nervous laughter, as the two women engaged in a verbal tennis match that grew increasingly intense. Technical details of the broadcast reveal how producers likely scrambled behind the scenes, with floor managers signaling frantically while the director contemplated cutting to commercial earlier than planned. The moment Margolyes stood up, declaring her unwillingness to continue under what she called disrespectful conditions, marked the dramatic peak, leading to her being gently but firmly guided off the set by production staff amid a mix of applause and murmurs from the live crowd. This walk-off wasn't merely theatrical, it represented a principled stand by an artist who values integrity over airtime. In the days following the incident, interviews with insiders suggested that pre-show briefings may have underestimated Margolies' fiery temperament, or perhaps Kelly's team hoped for a more contained discussion that aligned with the show's family-friendly vibe. Social media exploded with divided opinions. Hashtags like #TeamMiriam trended alongside #RespectLorraine, illustrating how the event polarized viewers along lines of tolerance for confrontation versus preference for civility. Analysts pointed out that such clashes, while rare on Lorraine's show, echo historical moments in TV where guests like this have redefined expectations for live interviews. The entire episode lasted mere minutes on air but generated hours of commentary, reaction videos, and think pieces examining power dynamics between host and guest. Margolies later reflected in subsequent appearances that she refuses to be managed into blandness, emphasizing her commitment to authenticity even at the cost of invitations to future shows. Kelly, maintaining her professional composure in follow-up statements, expressed regret over the tone but stood by her duty to moderate discussions appropriately for her audience. This heated exchange ultimately served as a reminder that television, especially live formats, thrives on unpredictability, and when two strong women with differing styles collide, the results can be as enlightening as they are entertaining. Expanding on the cultural implications, the confrontation between Miriam Margolies and Lorraine Kelly shines a spotlight on evolving standards of public discourse in an era where audiences demand both entertainment and substance from their morning viewing. Margolies embodies a tradition of British eccentricity and intellectual bravery, often drawing from her extensive theatrical background and personal experiences as an openly gay woman who has witnessed vast societal changes. Her refusal to conform during the interview resonated with many who feel mainstream media too often prioritizes harmony over hard truths, leading to accusations that Kelly's approach was overly cautious or even condescending. On the flip side, Kelly's long-standing success stems from her ability to create a welcoming space that avoids alienating the broad demographic tuning in while sipping tea before work or school runs. The clash revealed potential mismatches in expectations. Margolies sought a platform for unvarnished conversation, while the show format leaned toward uplifting segments interspersed with light banter. Detailed breakdowns of the transcript, pieced together from leaked clips and viewer recollections, show how innocuous questions about career highlights morphed into debates on ageism, celebrity responsibility, or perhaps political correctness gone awry, with each interruption amplifying the friction. Studio lighting captured every micro-expression, from Kelly's furrowed brows to Margolies' emphatic hand gestures, turning the segment into a masterclass in nonverbal communication under pressure. Post-incident, media scholars argued that such events challenge the notion of safe television, suggesting that occasional discomfort can foster genuine engagement rather than passive consumption. Fan forums dissected whether Margolies was kicked off in the literal sense or chose to exit voluntarily, with evidence pointing to a combination of both as producers intervened to prevent further escalation. The viral spread of the footage across platforms like YouTube amplified its reach, spawning reaction channels that added layers of commentary, slow-motion replays, and expert opinions from former TV producers. This not only boosted viewership for the original show in a strange way but also prompted Lorraine's team to review guest vetting processes for future episodes. Broader societal reflections emerged, questioning if older female celebrities like Margolies are granted the same leeway for outspokenness as their male counterparts, or if age and gender play subtle roles in how such clashes are perceived and reported. The incident also fueled discussions on cancel culture versus accountability, with some viewing Margolies' actions as empowering and others as disruptive to the collaborative spirit of television production. In interviews weeks later, Margolies maintained her characteristic humor, joking about the event while reaffirming her love for honest dialogue, whereas Kelly focused on moving forward with positivity. Ultimately, this heated clash transcended a simple TV mishap. becoming a cultural touchstone that encouraged viewers to ponder the value of conflict in public spaces and the courage required to speak one's mind when the cameras are rolling. Continuing the narrative thread, the aftermath of Miriam Margolyes's dramatic departure from Lorraine Kelly's show rippled through the entertainment industry, prompting a wave of soul-searching among talk show hosts and producers alike. Industry veterans recalled similar past incidents involving fiery guests, drawing parallels to moments where authenticity clashed with format constraints, often resulting in memorable television that outlasts carefully scripted segments. Margolyes's career trajectory, marked by acclaimed performances and candid memoirs, positioned her as someone who prioritizes personal truth over polite facades, a stance that earned her both loyal followers and occasional detractors. In the days after the event, her social media presence saw a surge in supportive messages from fans who appreciated her unwillingness to be toned down for daytime slots, with many sharing anecdotes of how her previous appearances inspired them to embrace their own voices. Lorraine Kelly, ever the consummate professional, addressed the situation with grace in subsequent broadcasts, subtly acknowledging the challenges of live interviewing while emphasizing her commitment to respectful dialogue. Behind-the-scenes details leaked through anonymous sources painted a picture of hurried production meetings where decisions were made on the fly to transition smoothly to the next segment, avoiding prolonged awkwardness for the home audience. The kicked-off phrasing in headlines, while sensational, captured the visual of Margolyes leaving the set mid-discussion, an image that became iconic in meme culture and reaction compilations. Psychological analyses of the clash suggested underlying factors such as differing communication styles. Margolyes's direct, sometimes abrasive delivery versus Kelly's softer, empathetic tone created inevitable sparks when topics turned contentious. Viewer polls conducted by tabloids revealed a near-even split in sympathy, with younger demographics leaning toward Margolyes's rebellious energy and older ones favoring Kelly's measured hosting. This division highlighted generational shifts in media consumption, where tolerance for confrontation varies widely. Furthermore, the incident sparked debates on gender dynamics in television, as two prominent women navigating power structures in a male-dominated industry found themselves at odds, offering a nuanced view of intra-female professional interactions. Media watchdogs used the opportunity to critique how outlets frame such stories, noting the tendency toward exaggeration for clicks while downplaying the substantive issues raised during the exchange. As weeks turned into months, the event faded from daily headlines but lingered in best-of-TV fails montages and podcast discussions, serving as a case study in crisis management for publicists. Margolyes continued her work unabated, channeling the experience into fresh material that poked fun at media sensitivities, while Kelly's show maintained its steady popularity by doubling down on feel-good content. The clash ultimately enriched the tapestry of British TV lore, reminding everyone that even in the polished world of morning television, genuine human friction can produce sparks that illuminate deeper truths about personality, professionalism, and public performance. Reflecting on the broader entertainment landscape, incidents like the Miriam Margolyes and Lorraine Kelly heated clash serve as vivid illustrations of how live television remains a high-stakes arena where preparation meets improvisation with unpredictable results. Margolyes, with her decade-spanning career that includes everything from voice work in animated features to stage triumphs and documentary filmmaking, brings a wealth of life experience that informs her unfiltered approach to interviews. Her appearances on the show was anticipated as a highlight for fans eager to hear her latest musings on topics ranging from personal anecdotes to societal observations, but the rapid shift from congenial chat to pointed debate caught everyone off guard. Lorraine Kelly's hosting style, honed over years of building rapport with diverse guests, aims to create an inclusive atmosphere that prioritizes viewer comfort. Yet this philosophy faced its sternest test when confronted with Margolyes' insistence on depth and candor. The escalation involved rapid-fire exchanges where interruptions became frequent, body language shifted from relaxed to defensive, and the studio energy transformed palpably, as captured in multiple camera angles that later fueled detailed online breakdowns. Production insights revealed contingency plans for such scenarios, including pre-arranged signals for commercial breaks or guest management, Though in this case the intensity demanded quicker action than usual, public reaction extended beyond initial shock to thoughtful essays in newspapers exploring the ethics of managing guests versus allowing organic conversation to unfold, even if it risks discomfort. Supporters argued that Margolies' exit highlighted the importance of boundaries in media interactions, preventing the dilution of authentic voices in favor of bland consensus. Critics, meanwhile, suggested that a more collaborative spirit could have salvaged the segment, turning potential conflict into constructive dialogue. The viral nature of the clip demonstrated modern media's appetite for drama, with algorithms pushing the content to audiences far beyond the original broadcast demographic. Educational institutions even incorporated excerpts into courses on media studies, using it to teach about interview techniques, conflict resolution, and the performative aspects of celebrity. In subsequent public appearances, both women maintained professional distance from rehashing details, choosing instead to focus on their respective projects. Yet the shadow of the event subtly influenced how future bookings were approached across similar shows. This clash also prompted reflections on the role of humor and timing in diffusing tension, areas where Margolies excels but which may not always align with structured formats. Overall, the episode enriched discussions on what constitutes successful television, whether it's seamless harmony or moments of raw humanity that provoke thought and debate long after airing. Concluding this comprehensive exploration of the sensational title event, the story of Miriam Margolies being kicked off Lorraine Kelly's show after a heated clash endures as a compelling chapter in contemporary British broadcasting history, blending elements of drama, personality conflict, and media critique into an unforgettable narrative. From the initial setup of a promotional interview to the climactic walk-off and its widespread repercussions, the incident encapsulated the thrill and peril of unscripted television where real emotions can override planned pleasantries. Margolies' bold persona, forged through a lifetime of artistic pursuit and outspoken advocacy, clashed against the established warmth of Kelly's long-running program, creating a moment that resonated differently with various audience segments. The ensuing media frenzy, complete with expert opinions, fan debates, and endless replays, underscored society's fascination with celebrity discord and the quest for authenticity in public life. As time passes, this event may evolve from tabloid fodder into a referenced example in discussions about evolving TV norms, guest rights, and host responsibilities in an increasingly polarized cultural climate. Viewers who witnessed it firsthand or through digital means often cite it as a turning point in their appreciation for television that dares to show imperfection rather than perpetual polish. Both women, in their unique ways, contributed to a richer understanding of interpersonal dynamics under the spotlight, with Margolies championing unapologetic expression and Kelly exemplifying resilience and maintaining broadcast flow. The legacy includes heightened awareness among producers about personality matching, more nuanced pre-interview preparations, and a collective acknowledgement that live TV's magic often lies in its capacity for surprise. Whether celebrated as a stand for truth or critiqued as unnecessary disruption, the clash remains a testament to the enduring power of strong characters in entertainment. It invites ongoing reflection on how we consume media, the value we place on civility versus candor, and the human elements that make even routine morning shows capable of delivering extraordinary television moments. In the end, this heated encounter between two icons of their craft not only entertained but also provoked meaningful conversations that extend far beyond the studio lights, ensuring its place in the annals of memorable TV history for years to come.